Good day everyone, this is Teacher Nori. In this video, we are going to talk about weather elements and weather chart. What is weather? Weather is a condition of the atmosphere over a specific place for a specific time. Weather can change several times within a day. Effects of weather. In general, the weather can be warm or cool. The activities that we want to do, the clothes that we want to wear, and even the food that we want to eat can be influenced by the weather. Who studies the weather? The study about weather conditions is called meteorology, and the person studying it is called a meteorologist. In the Philippines, the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAG-ASA, is a government agency that deals with weather phenomenon, climate, and astronomy. Weather elements. Weather elements are the factors that interact in the atmosphere to produce weather and climate. What are the elements of weather? The elements of weather are temperature, humidity, atmospheric pressure, winds and air masses, cloud formation, and precipitation. Temperature is the measure of the hotness or coldness of air. It is measured using a thermometer. There are different units in measuring temperature, but we use the unit Celsius or degree Celsius in the Philippines. Humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere. It is measured in percent relative humidity. Relative humidity refers to the ratio of moisture actually present in the air compared to what the air can hold at a given temperature. It is measured using a hygrometer. Atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is the downward force exerted by the column of air over an area. It is determined by the thickness or density and temperature of the air mass over an area. It is measured using a barometer, and the units used are atmosphere, Pascal, millimeters of mercury, pounds per square inch, and others. There are three components to forming clouds: water vapor, cool air, and dust particles that serves as condensation nuclei. As warm air rises, it gets cooler, and the rate of evaporation decreases more rapidly than the rate of condensation. At this temperature, called the dew point, evaporation is less than condensation. The many water droplets floating in air may clump and grow into cloud drops when temperature drops. However, the cooling of air alone will not result in the formation of these cloud drops. Another necessary ingredient is dust or other solid particles suspended in the air, because it is around these particles that the water droplets begin to form. These are what we call the condensation nuclei. Water droplets formed in this manner are very small, too small to form a cloud. However, if the temperature and moisture content of the air are just right, the water droplets will begin to combine to form larger and larger drops. When these drops get large enough, a cloud is formed. Therefore, a cloud is not a gas, but is made up of droplets of water. A cloud can also be formed when the water droplets freeze to form ice crystals. Most clouds form in the troposphere and rarely in the stratosphere. There are four basic types of clouds. We have the cirrus cloud, cumulus cloud, stratus cloud, and nimbus cloud. Precipitation. Precipitation is the transfer of water from the atmosphere back to Earth's surface. However, the amount of precipitation can vary by location. When cloud particles become too heavy to remain suspended in the air, they fall to the earth in the form of hail, rain, freezing rain, sleet, or snow. In most cases, the water vapor in a cloud is frozen, as in the form of snow. If this frozen material melts as it falls, the precipitation is in the form of rain. Freezing rain is rain that becomes supercooled and freezes upon impact with cold surfaces. When the frozen material does not melt, the precipitation falls as snow. If this frozen material melts and refreezes, the precipitation falls as sleet. If this frozen material falls from clouds high in our atmosphere, it can sometimes be melted, then swept up and back through many layers of cold air. These small particles turn to ice and get larger and larger as they continue to be swept around in our atmosphere. Eventually, they reach a large size and fall from the sky as hail. What is a weather chart? A weather chart is the basis for weather analysis and forecasts. It is a summary of the data of weather elements collected on a daily basis and the predictions of the values for the near future. The more accurate the previous data are, the better our predicted values will be. This is an example of a weather chart. The bars that we see here are the amount of rainfall received by the area. The red line is the maximum temperature. The light green line is the wet days, meaning the amount of rain that is greater than 0.1 millimeter of water. The orange line shows us the average wind speed. The gray line, the light gray line, is the length of day in hours. The blue line is the minimum temperature, and the pink line is the average temperature. The yellow line shows us the average sunlight hours per day. And of course, we don't have frost here in Manila, so we have zero amount of frost. And the dark gray line is the relative humidity. This one is a map of the Philippines that shows us the actual rainfall received anywhere in the country for the month of November 2016. On the map, on the first map, the one on the left, it shows us the normal amount of rain from 1981 to 2010. That is the collected data for those years. The middle map shows us the observed amount of rainfall, and the map on the right shows us a comparison between the normal rainfall and the observed rainfall for November 2016. As you can see there on the map on the right side, the colors changes based on the difference between the normal and the observed amount of rainfall. And that is the end of our video. Thank you for watching. Until next time!